Hi, I'm Scott Whittle, and today I'd like to go over our What to Notice on a Warbler section. Like many bird guides, we include a topographic map of plumage to show the different parts to pay attention to when looking at a bird. We show birds from several angles, including the face, underside, and back. And I especially like this diagram that shows the open wing versus closed wing that clarifies the somewhat complicated relationship the wing feathers have when the wing is folded and open. Now we go beyond this topographic diagram and give an in-depth look at warbler topography in our section What to Notice on a Warbler. Here we address a number of really important things to look for, like contrast in color, size, shape, habitat, and behavior, and then a detailed investigation of the different kinds of markings on the bird that we can pay attention to. Let's look at a couple of examples from this chapter. In our contrast in color subsection, we go over Nashville and common yellowthroat, two birds that might be confused but are easily separated by using contrast. Common yellowthroat has a distinctly contrasting throat patch, whereas Nashville has a more smoothly graded throat. This is especially noticeable when we show the birds in black and white. Another potentially confusing bird for Nashville is Connecticut Warbler, but as we point out in our size, shape, habitat, and behavior subsection, Connecticut is much larger and slower moving, whereas Nashville is small and very active. In our subsection that focuses on the face, we point out some interesting differences between pine, bay-breasted, and blackpoll. If we look at the eye line of these birds, we find pine has a faint line in front of the eyes in the lores. Bay-breasted has a short and fine eye line, and blackpoll has a longer, wider eye line. These differences can contribute to a subtle facial expression that helps separate these birds quickly in the field. Another useful separator between pine and bay-breasted can be found in our subsection on the body. Here we see that pine has a relatively low contrast gray between the wing bars, and bay-breasted has a much higher contrast black. This is a reliable separator for these two birds. Finally, in our tail section, we can see the blackpoll has a short tail extension, while pine has a very long tail extension, a quick way to separate these birds from below. These are just a few examples of the many details that we focus on in the What to Notice on a Warbler section. Our goal is to give the reader a thorough investigation of all the parts that they might be able to use when working on an identification, and ultimately to make them a better birder. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the Warbler Guide.